Good morning, grade 5. A very warm welcome to the English class. In our English reader, we learned the story of a unique friendship between a little bird and a few kind evergreen trees. Today, we are going to learn another remarkable story of friendship between a hippo and a tortoise. We are going to learn the first chapter of our English workbook. The name of the chapter is A True Story. All of you please take your English workbook and turn to page number 1. So let's read the story. On 27 December 2004, a baby hippopotamus weighing 300 kilograms was found on the coast of Kenya. So the story is taking place in Kenya, officially the Republic of Kenya, which is in East Africa. Kenya has got its coastlines on the Indian Ocean, and Kenya is famous for its scenic landscapes and vast wildlife reserves. So let's see. The baby hippo, along with his family, had been swept down the Sabaki River and into the sea due to the heavy rains which had affected the town of Malindi in Kenya. When the tsunami hit the Kenyan shores on 26 December 2004, the family was lost in the sea, but the baby hippo was found the next day stranded on a reef. So have you heard about tsunami? What do you mean by tsunami? Tsunamis are giant waves which are formed in the sea as a result of earthquakes or volcanic eruptions under the sea. And these giant waves cause massive destruction. On the 26th of December 2004, a giant tsunami hit the world. And even India was affected by this tsunami. Now when this tsunami hit the shores of Kenya, this baby hippo and his family were grazing on a land. So he lost his family in the tsunami. He almost lost his life, but he was found later stranded on a reef, struggling for life. Wildlife rangers rescued him and brought him to the Hollis Park Rescue Center in Bambrai, Kenya, where he formed a strong bond with a 130-year-old giant male Aldabra tortoise, Mazee. The hippo was named Owen. So what happened? This baby hippo, who was struggling for his life, stranded on a reef. He was found by some wildlife rangers and he was rescued by a man named Owen. And he was named after this man who rescued him as Owen. And he was brought to a rescue center. What do you mean by rescue? Rescue means to save someone from a difficult or dangerous situation. So this baby hippo was rescued and brought to the Hollis Park Rescue Center, where he was taken care of. Now there he formed a strong bond between a 130-year-old tortoise named Mazee. Mazee in local language, which is Swahili, in local language it means wise old man. So what happened? This baby hippo, who is a semi-aquatic mammal, formed a strong bond between a reptile who is 130 years old. You see, this hippopotamus usually lives between 40 or 50 years, whereas a tortoise may live up to 150 years. Let's see the rest of the story. It was incredible. A less than a year-old hippo was enjoying the company of a male tortoise who was more than a century old, and the tortoise seemed very happy being a mother to the little one. Ecologist Dr. Paula Kahumbu, who looked after Owen and Mazee, told reporters. So what happened? This friendship between this baby hippo and the tortoise was incredible. Incredible means hard to believe. No one could believe this friendship. Why? Because baby hippos during their initial years follow their mothers everywhere and they cling to their mothers till they reach a certain age. And these hippos usually live in groups. A group of hippos is called a pod. Whereas an Aldabra tortoise prefers to be alone. Aldabra tortoises do not usually prefer company. So when Dr. Pola Kahumbu, who was taking care of this tortoise and this baby hippo, saw their friendship, she felt this is an incredible story and she even told the world about them. Let's see what happened next. After he lost his family in the tsunami, the hippo was traumatized. He was exhausted, confused, and looked frightened in his new surroundings, with unfamiliar faces around him. Once at the Hollow Park, Owen immediately ran to the giant tortoise who happened to be there to seek safety. So what happened? The baby hippo, Owen, had lost his biological mother in the tsunami. So when he was brought to the Hollows Park Rescue Center, he was very frightened in this new environment. He doesn't know the place, it's a new surroundings. So he got really frightened. But when he saw this giant tortoise named Maze, he immediately ran to this tortoise. He wanted a surrogate mother. Surrogate means substitute mother because he lost his biological or birth mother. So he wanted a mother to take care of him. And it seemed that this giant tortoise was being very happy to be a mother to this little hippo. He had to look for someone to be his surrogate mother, and Maze was the chosen one, even though there were other hippos present. So like I said before, hippos usually live in groups, but Owen did not prefer to go with the other hippos. He preferred to be with this giant tortoise, Maze. At first, Maze looked uncomfortable and tried to run away from the little hippo. However, Owen persisted and soon Maze accepted his new friend as his own. So these Aldabra tortoises, they prefer to be alone. They do not usually like company. So when Owen was trying to befriend him, Maze first hissed at him. He resisted his company. But later on, because Owen was coming back to him again and again, Maze let him befriend him. Owen spent his first night at the rescue park sleeping next to Maze. Kahumbu added. So what happened? On the first day itself, Owen felt a great bonding with Maze. And that night, he even slept only near Maze. In no time, a strong bond developed between these two unlikely friends. Owen would follow Maze exactly the way he would have followed his own mother. So, in the initial years, the baby hippos will always be following their mothers, clinging to their side wherever they go. So, similarly, Owen would follow Maze wherever he went, like he would have followed his own mother. They would spend their day wallowing in the pond and would retire for the night snuggled up together. So what do you mean by wallow? To roll around in the mud in a playful way. So during their daytime, this Maze and Owen would wallow in the pond and at night they would sleep beside one another. In fact, Owen became so protective of Maze that if somebody approached the tortoise, he would become aggressive as if protecting his biological mother. The two even developed their own form of communication, which was different from the honking of a hippopotamus or the grunting of a tortoise. So what happened? Owen considered this Maze as his surrogate mother and they even started communicating in their own language. Usually hippos make a honking sound and tortoises communicate with their fellow beings by a grunting. But the duo developed a language on their own to communicate with each other, and this was different from the usual honking or the grunting. And this Owen was so protective of his surrogate mother Maze that he won't even let anyone come closer to Maze. He protected Maze like his own mother, like his own biological mother. Today, Owen happily lives in the Hollow Park with his family of hippopotamuses, while Maze continues to live with the other tortoises at the park. Owen started living happily with other potamuses in the park, and now Maze is also having a great time with other tortoises in the park. Their beautiful story has set a unique example for all. It shows that any differences, however big or small, don't matter when we need the comfort of another being. All of us should learn a lesson from these two creatures, look beyond our differences and find a way to walk the path together. So what happened? So this unique friendship between them has set us a great example. So we all have differences. So when we need the comfort of another being, these differences, however big or small, these differences don't matter at all. The relationship is more important. And these two creatures and the unique relationship has taught us that we have to look beyond our differences and find a way to walk the path together. So children, did you like this story? You have to read the story once again. So after that, you can do the reading comprehension exercise. In the reading comprehension exercise, the first question is, take the correct option, and after that you have to answer these questions, then the vocabulary section. So in the take the correct option section, you are given sentences and choices are given for each sentence. So from your reading of the story, you have to choose the correct option and tick it. Now in section B, answer these questions. 4 questions are given there. Read each question carefully and based on your reading and understanding of the story, you have to write the answers to these questions in your own words. Now in the vocabulary section, there it talks about phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are phrases which refer to actions. And there are phrasal verbs which are used mostly in communication that refer to indirect meaning or idiomatic meaning. And this exercise is about idiomatic phrasal verbs. Choose the correct phrasal verbs to complete the sentences. The first one, hang out or hang on. These are the choices that you are given. And you have 2 sentences given there. A, I like to dash with my friends. You have to choose whether it is hang out or hang on. And for B, we have dash, I am coming. So for this, you need to understand, you need to know what these phrasal verbs mean. You can use a dictionary or if needed an online dictionary in the presence of your parents to complete this exercise. Here, hang out is a phrasal verb that means to spend a lot of time at a place or with someone. And hang on means either to hold tightly to something or to wait for some time. So can you say which are the correct options here in this case? For question A, I like to hang out with my friends, which means I like to spend time with my friends. And for question B, hang on, I am coming, which means wait for some time, I am coming. So this is the way that you have to complete this exercise. So have a look at the other phrasal verbs given in the rest of the questions, get to know their meaning and complete this exercise. You can even note down the meaning, these phrasal verbs and their meanings in your notebook. So once you are done with these questions, do take a picture and send us through Teams. So let me remind you the homework for the day once again. You have to read the story once again and we will also be uploading a worksheet based on this class. Go through it and work it out and then complete this reading comprehension exercise and upload the answers in Microsoft Teams. So that's all for today, children. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, bye.